Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new episode of Amberleaf. Today I am back on the server with Better Than IGN, and we're going to be doing the Diplodocus exhibit, maybe some other exhibits, which we will discuss later. We'll use the skeleton as a basis, and determine that this will be like the best fence, and I think the design's cool too. So the fence design and the size too, it's 10 blocks wide for each, or actually I guess it's like 8 blocks wide with 1 block separating each fence. So yeah. We're going to be building the fence that's going to go around the Diplodocus enclosure. That's what it's going to be looking like. Anyway, something else the audience would have missed. We did finish the top of the tower, but we went down and we built this whole underground area because, you know, this is an exhibit. This isn't the same as, like, in Jurassic Park where they're just trying to, like, keep the dinosaurs contained at all costs. So we wanted to make this little viewing area. We got some skeletons. We got the sign right here. And up there, you get a window into the Ornitholestes, which we thought was pretty cool. Alright, people, so I'm in spectator mode just to show off what we've accomplished with this. We have 3 out of the 4 sides done. It's 12 panels, 13 panels, 13 panels, and I'm just gonna get a time lapse. We stopped here because there's a cliff face, and I think this is a pretty good size. And I'm gonna get a time lapse of me filling in this last side, so let's get going with that.
So I built this viewing gallery for the Gastornis and Dinosaurs enclosure, and it's made so the first level is just an underground viewing area, or should I say under building viewing area. And the second story is not done yet, but it'll be tables and seating for a restaurant, and this is the counter where you get your food.
I do want to have at least a mini exhibit for like the Paleogene, because I kind of want to explain, because the Gastornis are the really only Paleogene animal that we're probably going to have in the park. I want to like explain the time period, show off some plants, that kind of stuff from the Paleogene, and I think that would be cool.
There's also a kitchen, so you can recreate the raptor kitchen scene from Jurassic Park, except with ornitholestes.
Yeah, goofy.
Those
goofy
animals
silly.
are vicious.
They are. Pretend the skull.
Yeah, I don't know where to get dice though.
That's fair. So I think the next order for the Diplodocus exhibit is terraforming, right? We got to get the trees how we want them, and we got to get the ground all smooth and even.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
So while IGN is working on terraforming the Diplodocus enclosure, we're going to be working on a Confuciusornis enclosure, because one of the audience members gave us the idea for that in that little free area, and we got some stuff. So I decided on all the plants we're going to use. We might not use all these, but these are the ones that are like open, I think would look cool based on like time period and stuff. So horsetail, Vaccinium, Cages. We'll have some little patches of water, and we can put some Archaea fructus, whatever, Cabania, and Netherstiana. And then we got some arid horsetails, Cladiasmunda, Catoniales, Bicophyllum, cinnamon ferns, and Cladophlebis. And then for the larger trees and stuff, we might have to make it custom for this because it's pretty big. Sanioxylon, feathery cycad, Pamgaea, and a bushy cycad. For materials, we're going to be using the podocarp stuff and the dark oak wood because we have a lot of that. I also want to put in some of these like head decorations for fun, and it's of course going to be made out of glass. And here I have a Confuciusornis as an example. And while I was reading up on Confuciusornis, I was reading about the Yixian Formation, which is where these are found. Early Cretaceous, southeastern China. And it's actually really cool, and there's some cool dinosaurs. So we might actually do like a Yixian park with Bapiosaurus and Liaoningsaurus, and could be like ginkgo forests or some unique environment. But I think that might be cool, especially since it's early Cretaceous. We can do a transition between Jurassic and Cretaceous. But this would be something for another episode, so let me know in the comments what you guys think of this. Anyways, using all the resources here, I'm going to build a concept, maybe using the concept that I built like more than a year ago, and yeah, we'll see where this goes. Alright, so right here, I think we have a pretty good concept. This isn't complete, obviously, but this can be any length, you know, which I think is going to work well for the park, and I think this looks even cooler than the concept I made before. I think IGN should approve. We got kind of inside what it would look like, and I am a bit concerned about something. Let me show this real quick. So yeah, we spawn a Confuciusornis, it will eat all the plants, which is not good, because I kind of want to do some landscaping if we do this kind of enclosure. Well, that's something that we can figure out later, but overall, I think this is going to be a really cool Confuciusornis house when it's done. Yeah, let's get it done in the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, an hour or two ago, I recorded a bit where I did some updates around the park, and a nice long time lapse of me building this, and unfortunately, my recorder wasn't working, so we can't really redo that, but we have the frame. I obviously made it a little taller and a little bit wider, just so, like, more space. I think it looks pretty cool. There's no glass yet, but we're not doing the glass yet. We're going to be doing some terraforming. For that, we need some prehistoric ground and prehistoric dirt, and we already have about a stack of the ground, but we need to, like, get way more. For this, probably a few stacks, and then we're going to terraform it, and we're going to get all the plants in before we get the glass. So that is what we're going to do now. And the news updates were that IGN finished his house with the bottom, and he also terraformed this whole area off camera on his own. I wasn't even around. It was at like midnight my time, so that was pretty crazy. Something we are going to need for this is a lot of leaves, which IGN seems to be in no short supply of, but we're in pretty short supply of. So yeah, we're gonna be chopping down this tree, and we're gonna use the bits to make us the dirt, but I'm also just gonna use Calamite's leaves generally. Alright, my game's getting laggy, so I'm gonna have to relaunch it, but I got my leaves, and we're gonna place those in just a sec. Alright, so I got the leaves done. While I was doing those, IGN came on, by the way, and we discussed the Yishian Park, which I'll probably show him and you guys my ideas for in more detail later. But I think the leaves look great, and it is time for us to start getting plants down in the enclosure. So, something I realized looking through the freezer was that I only have 3 pieces of Confucius DNA. And this right here is like a gift chest I gave to IGN. It's right by like the Ice Age Park. It's over this mountain. And I'm just gonna grab this and see if I can maybe get another piece, because 4 Confucius Hornus is probably better than 3 for that giant space we made. And no, we're gonna have to deal with 3 Confucius Hornus. It's fine though. I guess the number of cultivators kind of matches. Never mind, we have more cultivators. As usual, bio goo quest. One of the problems getting eggs though. IGN disconnected my prank machine, but he never got rid of it. So yeah. And there's some buckets. That's something we're gonna need. And a lot more buckets too. And all we need is some nice wheat. Alright, we have our goo, we have enough of the culture vats, unless we're very unlucky, so let's get going with the Gastornis. Did I really just say Gastornis? I meant Confucius Hornus. Alright, we'll be back and see if these fail. But in the meantime, I actually forgot to show you guys what the finished enclosure looks like, so let's go do that. Alright, so from the outside, this looks amazing. Although we're gonna kind of terraform out here to look like in there, so it won't look as crazy as it does right now. But I think you can kind of see how lush this interior environment is. Oh, and I got the gravel path, got the water with the occasional water plant. I'm very excited. I think this looks so cool. But yeah, this is the finished enclosure. Okay, that's pretty insane. We got all 3 of our eggs without a single failure. I'm gonna take these and hatch them. Alright, so here we are in the Confucius Hornus house. And we got our 3. I think 3 Confucius Hornus flying around should fill the space enough, but whatever. We're gonna hatch them back here so that they feed on the ferns instead of the cycads or stuff. So yeah, there's 1, there's 2, and they're really tiny. 3. We got 3 little Confucius Hornus, and if I check, they should all be, yeah, tame to me. They're all gonna be very happy. I should get them some toys too. But yeah, there, Confucius Hornus in the Confuciusaurus enclosure. And I kind of like that they're not flying around, because it just gives an aesthetic with the bird sounds, but you can't really see them. Yeah. Oh yeah, and if you have names for our 3 Confucius Hornus, I'm not going to be able to figure out their genders. If you have name suggestions for our 3 Confucius Hornus, please leave them in the comments down below, and we will choose our favorite 3 for the Confucius Hornus. Alright people, so as per IGN's orders, we have made the enclosure even bigger than it was before. Most of the fence was done by him, although I did a good amount of the tree chopping right here. And we're probably going to need to replant in this spot. But yeah, now we're going to start moving towards the steps to getting the Diplodocus in. So here's, just for reference, we got a skeleton here just to show how big it is. And right here, this dirt wall is just temporary so that we can put our animals in. And since then, there's a lot of, there's like a giant ravine, and there's a village, and weird mountains that we're going to have to terraform around. So that's why the dirt wall is here, so that we have more time to finish with that. Yeah, so here's something else IGN built. Since this is a whole safari thing, we need a sensible exit that's not just another gate. So he built this little, like, tunnel. And then further that way is going to be one of our next massive projects over here, so I'm excited for that. Anyways, as per our plans, we're going to build a bunch of really big tree observation platforms, but they're built into giant, like, redwood trees, basically. And yesterday while recording, we got a really long, hour-long recording of us going through the design process and coming up with it. But for the purposes of time, I'm just going to hop into my creative concept world and show you what we have. Alright, so I still have the recording so I can show bits of us, like, coming up with concepts on the screen. This was the first one we came up with, and it looked kind of ugly, so I bazookaed it. And this is the one that we finally settled on. It has no leaves at the moment, but I think we can build this in the server, and it can be a tower at first, and then we can figure out what leaves look good. The leaves are hard to make look good. And then, yeah, like, base it from there. Anyways, from all the tree chopping, We have a stupidly large amount of dark oak wood, so I don't think that is going to be a problem for us. Well, something that will is going to be all these mobs. Yay. Alright, so I haven't consulted with IGN, but I think we're doing a bunch of these. I think a not so bad spot would be right here. We're going to get the base down, and then we're going to figure out all this out. And with that, the base of the tree is done. And now we can make it any height we want, but I'm just gonna like build up for a while and then decide. And with that, we have finished the roof. There's more stuff to figure out, like how you're gonna get inside of this thing from that low, and what the inside of the like tree part's gonna look like, and of course the leaves. But yeah, all that stuff. Oh, and the bridges. But we are not gonna do those until we have more towers built. Yeah, I think that's a pretty cool looking tower as is, and it'll be an even cooler looking tree. But yeah, it's time for us to get our Diplodocus in here. Let's not linger any longer. Alright, well, we just had one failure. Looks like this one's gonna succeed, but we got the other one toasting again, so there we go. Alright, people, so, long story short, I've been having some recording problems this whole time. The last recording, I grabbed the eggs, which one of them failed at first, and then I went around. We didn't actually have that much dirt, because we're at a major dirt deficit, but I filled in a lot of, like, the dangerous spots that the dinosaurs could get lost in. IGN, do you want to tame one of the Diplodocus?
Sure. I haven't really played much with this mod before though, so how do I do that?
You just have to be, okay, so, you have to be within 6 blocks of the egg when it hatches, and since there are 2 players, I think we have to be, like, distanced from each other, so, I'll give you this.
Okay.
Here's your egg. I'll hatch my egg over
No,
here.
I don't.
Here, I'm gonna hatch mine over here.
This is exciting.
Yeah, this is. Okay, I'll give you my Dinopedia. Tell me what the % progress is on it, so I don't miss mine hatching. But here's a Dinopedia. If you don't left click, because that'll destroy the egg. If you right click, it'll tell you the %
20%.
progress. 20%.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I don't need to check.
I think what I'm gonna do next is level those mountains over there and do some terraforming on that side, so I can add all of the fences on that side as well.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what this looks like when it's done. And we're also gonna have prehistoric plants filling out the plains.
Yeah, and we're also gonna have underground tunnels that lead up to the viewing gallery.
And there we go. Oh, it's really cute, and it's sleeping already. I hope the glitch isn't here. Okay, we have so we have a female and another female. Okay, we have 2 female Diplodocus. If you guys have name suggestions, please leave them in the comments down below. And that goes for our Confuciusornis too, which we found out are all male. So we have 3 male Confuciusornis and 2 female Diplodocus. Leave your names in the description below, and we will name them next episode. Thank you. Alright, here, look at the camera. Look at the camera. Oh! So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. What to comment? Comment name suggestions for Confuciusornis and Diplodocus. Comment thoughts on the episode, and what you would like us to do next episode. Your choices for next episode will either be starting the exciting Swamp Park project, building a Smilodon Forest Raucous enclosure, or we could do the Yishien Park. So whatever you want us to do, leave it in the comments down below, and we will do it next episode. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.